New Mechanical Mayhem update is here, and in this video I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about, including getting new vehicles and everything which is new to the game and lot more. So let's begin. With that being said, there can be done a lot of things, like this ship which is controlled by completely steering, which makes this so much broader to the creativity every player can express through this, because actually traveling in ships is a lot more complicated. When you have an actual vehicle which works on land, you can actually go through a few places pretty easily, but when it comes to ocean, there are a few exceptions, but still I really like this update because there are so many new great things. So now let's take a look at everything which got added into the update in a short version, then I'll show you how you can get your hands on it. So in this Mechanical Mayhem entire update, we have a lot of cool stuff, and one of the best things in this entire update is of course the car. So we have the speeder, which is the basic smaller version, a single person car, and then we have off-roader, which you can unlock with the flex wood getting into your inventory, and then the hauler, which is the biggest out of them all, but I don't know if I'm gonna use that one. And then there is power centers, which are basically engines of our car, which are used with the power cells. So the more power cells there are, the more it will run for the time, for example. We don't know yet. So then we have wheels, seats, and then compost bin. Finally, something where I can dump stuff up, which I absolutely do not need, because this is gonna be great. And there is a wrench added into the entire update. I am not a mechanic, so this is not something for me at all. Then we have a lot of new major balance changes and a lot of outfits, and there is other stuff too, but the main thing is cars, I guess. So when you actually go in the blueprint section of the buildings and in the build section, you will see the off-roader and the big car. Once you just build them, you will need pretty much only flex within your inventory and you will be able to build it. So once you can get your hands on that, you're pretty much set up with this entire thing. But there are many things like cord and other stuff like planks and stuff which will be needed to be used to create this entire part. So once you have enough resources, you can basically build this entire thing up, and I actually am preferring to stick with these cars instead of creating my custom ones. I'm not interested to do those hard working things which probably won't even work out. Once you have completely built the entire vehicle, you'll be able to use it by going into the seat. But for running it, the main thing which you will require is basically a power coil, which can be gained by making a biocomposter. Now in order to craft that, you will just need to start making any kind of vehicle, and you will probably have it as a recipe. Control the entire vehicle WASD as it's the default one, and when it comes to the other three you see, which those are just for the actual thrusters which you are going to add into this entire place. So when you add vines into the composter bin, you're gonna get fertilizers and soil, I guess. And when you add bones, you will get biomass. So now bones are finally a good use in this game. As an endgame player, the bones are literally a trash thing for you. You never use it, it's just a waste, and now it's finally back to a good use. And it takes pretty around 50 of biomass to build one coil, so it takes pretty long time, to be honest. I don't know if there are any jobs which you can give your villagers and stuff. You might have to check it out in the game. When I actually drove the car for the first time in this game, I was like, oh my god, this is hype. And the coils last for a pretty long time, and if you had a thruster, do not, I would be cautionary of that. I don't know, the games were glitchy at the moment. And I definitely was a good driver until there was a hill, because when it was a hill, I couldn't go up, and if I get my thruster up and I don't drive it properly, it's gonna trip, and when it trips, trust me, you cannot get it up easily. And until it's a small car, you might be able to do it, but if it's a big car like this, it's pretty much over. You have to rebuild it. Then we have the illuminator. That is pretty good because this completely replaces the torches. Now you do not need to take a torch in your hand and go around in the places. I guess this is everything you need. Once you have it in your like the actual equipment section, and where you can get the glider and stuff, once you have this thing up, you can basically just go into the caves like it was nothing big problem for you, because this is actually the best light source, I would guess. Now when you go into the Jutsu V, once you have your hands on the snow, you can actually get your hands on the snowberry ice cream and the spicy ice cream. Spicy ice cream gives you resistance towards the cold biome, and the snowberry ice cream basically is gonna give you resistance against the hot biomes, which will be the deserts and stuff places, which is gonna be the great source of actually, you know, staying cool or hot, whatever you need as per your situation. So this is something I really like, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content, and comment down below what's the best part of for you in this entire update, and I'll meet you in the next one.